Welcome back to the channel, Sister Kate Show Farm Mountain. While I was driving around doing my chores this morning, I had a thought. I'm watching my analytics on the channel. Like 60 to 70% of most of the people watching my videos are male, and 36% thereabouts are female. And I realized, even though I'm doing prepping videos and homesteading videos and everything, I hadn't done them exclusively for women yet. So this one's for you ladies. And it's not going to be like, oh, pat yourself on the back, you're a homesteader and an off-gooder, good job. I mean, there is a certain element of that. You are doing a good job. You have come out of this society, which right now does not agree with your personal morals and standards and beliefs. Excellent. You want to get back to the land. You want to get back to old ways skills. You want to learn how to be a neo-pioneer. You want to work with the soil yourself. You want to raise animals and make your own food. All of that is awesome. The issue that I want to question you ladies with, to get you thinking, are you comfortable out here? And is your prepping for something like there's a natural disaster? There is a reason for you and your family to leave your homestead, your house, your cabin in the woods. I think that it makes the most sense to be prepping for something that could happen in your immediate area, like if you live up north, big snowfall. If you live down south, excessive rain, possibly flooding, those sorts of things. But let's just for a minute pretend that one of these scenarios that's going on right now, like the Ukraine-Russia thing, goes bad, or the China thing has gone bad. China, for whatever reason, it's been, sitting in its own borders, developing its own country for thousands of years, and now it decides it wants to become a world power and dominate everybody. So now your family needs to flee where you are right now. And if you're in a city, could be that. Maybe you're a prepper, but you're in an urban area and doing the best you can with what you have in your apartment, the nearby park, the resources available to you. But now you need to leave. I'm sure you've thought about it. I'm sure you have a plan. If you don't have a plan, now would be a good time to possibly sketch it out on paper. What are the things that will make you leave, and how are you going to leave? Are you going to walk? Are you going to try to take public transportation? Is there a subway route or something like that that will get you outside of the city, and then you can decide where you're going from there? Do you have maps of your area? Do you know your area? Do you get out on a daily basis and know major roads and smaller roads? What I was picturing in my mind is, when people urban explore, going down by commercial industrial areas and finding out that, yes, there's a little path that goes along the river or across a bridge, but it's there because you've been around. And so that is your route, because not many people will take that route. Now picture yourself in this, because generally speaking, lots of ladies don't like bugs. They don't like snakes. They don't like dirt. It goes against our nature. It goes against our housekeeping, where we're constantly trying to keep bugs and dirt and, hair and things out of our houses. We're sweeping and vacuuming and all those things. Well, it's out here. Everything out here is like that. Are you prepared to be out in this? This might be part of what happens with you if it's a big event. Hotels might be full. Hotels might be inoperable. If it's something like nuclear, it could be in an area where the radiation is too much and you're not going to be in that city area. You're going to be out in the country. Are you used to this? Do you have coats? Do you have socks? Do you have clothes for this? Because having lived off grid now for 12 years, one of the most important things for being outside is correct clothing. And that's something that the old Boy Scout and Girl Scouting programs used to teach dress for the weather. Do you have those kind of clothes for year-round weather? Are you going to be fleeing from your hot, steamy southern area going north and now having to deal with cold? Or are you up north and now you're going to have to go down south where it's hot all the time? One thing that Pastor and I have done in our videos is recommend different kinds of clothing. Field tested different boots, different shoes for rocky ground, undeveloped land. And so you might want to look into those things, and especially for your children. If you are a married woman or a single woman with children, picture yourself trying to go through the woods with your 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 children. Are they used to being uncomfortable? Are they used to being outside? Are they used to walking? Or are they pretty much just around your skirts and around your farmette? Do they just go outside for a little while, they get too hot or whatever, and they come back inside? Because you're going to need to condition your children to be out here in this as well as yourself. And part of you getting used to this is learning more about it. Spiders. So many people don't like spiders, don't want to be around spiders, are afraid of spiders. But there are very few spiders in America that you actually need to be afraid of. Most of them are harmless and are going about their little spider day, doing their spider things with other bugs. And you don't need to be concerned with them at all. Just the appearance of them may be terrifying or frightening. But if you think about what a spider's purpose is, it is to capture other bugs and eat them. So in their general nature, you don't need to be afraid of them. And it's not something that should keep you from getting used to and being outdoors where you could be for a long time, where you could have to build yourself a little shelter and you don't have screening and windows and doors to keep these bugs out, and you don't need to be afraid of that. So I'm kind of letting you know that yes, it is dirty. Yes, it is full of bugs and trees and plants, but there's only a few that you need to educate yourself on, like what does poison ivy look like? What does poison oak look like? And then if you have enough protective gear, if you are wearing, I don't even wear bug spray anymore, but if you're going to use bug spray and you're going to be walking, you're going to need shoes that you're comfortable walking in, good socks, and then whatever clothing is appropriate for where you're going to be. So I just want you to think about that. And if you have any questions, post them in the comments section. I've lived off-grid 12 years, and I have been bitten by a scorpion twice. It's like a wasp sting, at least in my area. I've been stung by wasps maybe twice, and I've not been bitten by any spiders at all. So I'm trying to let you know that you can get comfortable out here, relatively speaking. You may have allergies, you may get scrapes and cuts, but if you have soap and water and a tube of Neosporin, you can deal with it. So think about these things. Think about what you would bring out here. Think about how you're conditioned to be out in this. Start to come out in this. You can go to local parks if you're not on a homestead, and if you're on your homestead, actually walk around it. Don't just stay on your homestead right there by your garden, right there by your fruit trees. Go to the grassy areas and the rocky areas and get yourself comfortable with being out here, so that if you do have to do something in an emergency like leave, you will be more conditioned for it, and it won't be so hard for you to do. Thanks for watching the video. I'm going to go do my chores. Shalom.